Now this is not the end. It is not even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. The best argument against democracy is a 5-minute conversation with the average voter. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. Personally, I'm always ready to learn, although I do not always like being taught. I may be drunk, miss, but in the morning I will be sober, and you will still be ugly. We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches. We shall fight on the landing grounds. We shall fight in the fields and in the streets. We shall fight in the hills. We shall never surrender. A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. History will be kind to me, for I intend to write it. The price of greatness is responsibility. Kites rise highest against the wind, not with it. Socialism is a philosophy of failure, the creed of ignorance, and the gospel of envy. Its inherent virtue is the equal sharing of misery. I am always ready to learn, although I do not always like being taught. I am prepared to meet my Maker. Whether my Maker is prepared for the great ordeal of meeting me is another matter. In wartime, truth is so precious that she should always be attended by a bodyguard of lies. Nothing in life is so exhilarating as to be shot at without result. I never worry about action, but only inaction. The empires of the future are the empires of the mind. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. To improve is to change. To be perfect is to change often. History will be kind to me, for I intend to write it. Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. We are all worms, but I do believe that I am a glowworm. You have enemies. Good. That means you've stood up for something, some time in your life. In war, you can only be killed once, but in politics, many times. An appeaser is one who feeds a crocodile, hoping it will eat him last. The greatest lesson in life is to know that even fools are right sometimes. It is a good thing for an uneducated man to read books of quotations. You can always count on Americans to do the right thing after they've tried everything else. I am easily satisfied with the very best. To improve is to change, so to be perfect is to change often. We are all worms, but I do believe that I am a glowworm. The truth is inconvertible. Malice may attack it, ignorance may deride it, but in the end, there it is. My most brilliant achievement was my ability to be able to persuade my wife to marry me. Continuous effort, not strength or intelligence, is the key to unlocking our potential. A lie gets halfway around the world before the truth has a chance to get its pants on. All the great things are simple, and many can be expressed in a single word: freedom, justice, honor, duty, mercy, hope. The problems of victory are more agreeable than those of defeat, but they are no less difficult. We are masters of the unsaid words, but slaves of those we let slip out. Criticism may not be agreeable, but it is necessary. It fulfills the same function as pain in the human body. It calls attention to an unhealthy state of things. Difficulties mastered are opportunities won. The farther backward you can look, the farther forward you are likely to see. Success always demands a greater effort. We are still masters of our fate. We are still captains of our souls. The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change. The realist adjusts the sails. I am an optimist. It does not seem too much use being anything else. The nose of the bulldog has been slanted backward so that he can breathe without letting go. It is always wise to look ahead, but difficult to look further than you can see. When you have to kill a man, it costs nothing to be polite. There is no such thing as a good tax. Out of intense complexities, intense simplicities emerge. Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. The truth is the most valuable thing we have. Let us economize it. He has all the virtues I dislike and none of the vices I admire. I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat. There is no time for ease and comfort. It is the time to dare and endure. Men occasionally stumble over the truth, but most of them pick themselves up and hurry off as if nothing ever happened. To build may have to be the slow and laborious task of years. To destroy can be the thoughtless act of a single day. In finance, everything that is agreeable is unsound, and everything that is sound is disagreeable. The first quality that is needed is audacity. If you will not fight for right when you can easily win without bloodshed, if you will not fight when your victory will be sure and not too costly, you may come to the moment when you will have to fight with all the odds against you and only a precarious chance of survival.